Welcome to the latest episode of Books in Your Face! This is your resident reading teacher, Mrs. Del Piano, and librarian, Miss Hummel. We're here to share some new exciting books with you. And in honor of the upcoming holiday, we are dubbing this episode Turkey Reads.
This is Mrs. Del Piano, and I'm going to talk about a new book called Sticks and Stones by Abby Cooper. I picked this book mainly because October was the month of respect for Waldwick Middle School, and I thought this book fits perfectly with that theme. In Sticks and Stones, Elise has a rare condition where anytime someone says something about her, the words appear on her skin. If they are nice words, they just kind of show up and don't bother her, but the mean words actually will bubble up and make her itchy. So in elementary school, all the students knew about it and it wasn't really an issue, but when she becomes sixth grader and goes to middle school, she doesn't really want everyone knowing from the other different schools. So she kind of covers up her body wearing long sleeve shirts and pants all the time so that no one will know. It becomes more of a problem as it begins to itch her, and there is a mean girl in her class who purposely will call her names just so that it'll show up on her skin and start to itch. There's a bit of a mystery aspect to it as well. So Elise starts getting these little notes in her locker anonymously that say things like, "I know who you are, I know what you're dealing with." They give her little things of advice or pieces of advice to follow to try to help her out. So she's working to solve the mystery of who is sending her these notes. And she's also looking for ways to accept who she is, feel better about herself, and open up to some of her new classmates. I definitely recommend this to all middle school students. It's definitely appropriate for each grade in the middle school.
Hi, this is Miss Hummel, and I'm going to be talking about a book called West of the Moon by Margie Price. I think this book is really great for anyone who enjoys fairy tales and also students who enjoy realistic fiction. It's set in Norway in the mid-1800s, and it's about a girl named Astrid who's living in the countryside. And her mother has passed away, and her father has left her and her sister with an aunt while he moves to America to start a better life for them. And he says that he'll call back for them to come join him, but he never is heard from again. And the aunt is a really unhappy, terrible person who treats the girls very poorly and resents them, and actually sells Astrid to a local man, a goat herder, to be like a workwoman for him, like clean his house and do all of this labor for him. And it's a really atrocious lifestyle. And what's really interesting about this book to me is that it's compelling because you know that the lifestyle that Astrid and her sister are experiencing are something that people in Europe all experienced during this time period, especially if you were poor. And it's what drove a lot of people to come to America. So Astrid is a really strong will, is a really compelling and interesting character who really wants to succeed and get away from this terrible man, save her sister, and go to America to go find her father and create a better life for the both of them. And mixed in with all that she's experiencing are all of this like kind of mysterious, fantastical, fairy tale-like things. She discovers a spinning, weaving girl who lives in the barn, and discovers a mystery about her. She is helped along the way, and she hears all these stories that seem to be coming true all the time. So you're never really sure if the fairy tales and mysterious things that you're hearing are real or not, but they give the whole story this really wonderful kind of imagination. But also it's very compelling because there's really important things going on in her life where she has to actually escape and save herself and save her sister. So she actually runs away from the goat herd man, goes to save her sister, and they take off to try to make their way to America. And you follow them on this really exciting journey that's intermixed with the folklore of Norway and also with something that people actually had to do back during that time period and drove people to come to America to try to get a better life for themselves. So I think for those reasons, it's a really compelling and interesting read, and I highly recommend it.